So yeah, now all of the gold weapons. So gold weapons are the Longbow, DMR, Hemlock, Spitfire, 𝗦𝗂𝗁𝗏, and RE-45. They normally have two weapons that are not so good put in here. So the RE-45 and 𝗦𝗏 aren't really that good, but they are part of the gold category. So I guess you can get it and then, you know, try and do some damage. Obviously the RE-45 is really bad. It doesn't have any hop up or nothing, so it just kind of like, it's a gold weapon, but it's really bad. And the 𝗦𝗏𝗁𝗏 as well. I mean, if you like the 𝗦𝗏𝗁𝗏, fair enough. Spitfire, insane. Hemlock, insane. Longbow, insane. So them ones will be the really good gold weapons. And something that when you go over right here, this is the next part. So the Mastiff has been moved to an actual, here it is, to a normal weapon right here. Mastiff shotgun. How weird is that? The last time this happened was with the Devotion. And that was so weird to start with. The Havoc and the Devotion were normal weapons. And then the 𝗨, that used to be a gold weapon, was moved from gold to normal. And the Devotion was moved from normal to gold. And it made a lot of sense because obviously the Devotion was way too good. You know, the Devotion was way too good. Way better than the 𝗨. But I'm confused about this one. Like, let's see if how much damage it does. Let's see. How is this supposed to be? I'm so confused. This is so good still. Oh, the headshot damage has been decreased, I see. So let's have a look. Let's see what it says. So the Mastiff has been rotated out of 𝗏𝗁𝗏𝗏 to a regular weapon with its power reduced accordingly. So reduced damage per pellet from 18 to 13. So that's quite a big damage reduce. About a third of the damage is totally taken away. Reduce headshot multiplier from 2 to 1.25. You remember, guys, you could probably insta-kill someone in the head. Now it goes up to 112. Which is, honestly, I like this change because, you know, people run around with the Peacekeeper way too much in Apex. And it's so accurate that it's like, it's annoying almost. Like, when someone just has a Peacekeeper and they're really good at using it, like, oh, I love this change so much. I love it so much. I'm just thinking all the future games I'm going to get into now. But yeah, the Peacekeeper, it was so annoying when people were like really good at it because they just used to always go, oh, kabam, that's 120 in the head, kabam, you're dead. Like, that's, like, it was so annoying because it was so accurate. And now to see that the Mastiff is now in this position and it's been totally changed up and everything, it makes more sense because this one is like, it's got the shots going in a straight line. Look, I'll show you. The shots go in a straight line, as you can see. So that means that if you shoot the body, you'll be hitting all your shots, essentially. And it obviously, because it doesn't do a load of damage now, it makes more sense. You're going to be getting, like, a more generalized, like, feel of the number that you're going to be getting. Like, if I keep... Let's test it, then. So if I shoot at this angle right here, I should be getting 60 to 70 every single time. 91, 65, 52. Round about that range. Normally with the Peacekeeper, it just goes, there's one that goes to the head, there's some that go to the body and the feet. You know, it just goes everywhere. So I should be getting around about the same. 65, 65, 65. It's the same. It's the same every single time. So that's what I like about it. It's a single, like, straight line. It's easy to understand. You know, it's a shotgun that it's easy to understand. So it is a semi-auto shotgun, a lot like, you know, the 𝗦𝗏𝗁𝗏. So literally it's the exact same weapon, it's like it's just been moved down a little bit. There's some more things here. Increased blast pattern distances for the outer pairs of pellets. If you remember, the actual screen that we'll have in the middle, the kind of hit marker thing, the ones on the very far left were miles away because obviously they made it so, you know, you can kind of hit some shots and hit some of the other pellets. Some of them were hit, some of them weren't. But the far left and right ones would kind of almost never hit until you were like really close range, and that's why this weapon was so good at close range, because the last two pellets would actually hit. But now, they're way closer now. You can see they're kind of further away. This one right over here is far away from the other ones. They're all kind of joined up at the center, but the ones on the left and the right are really far away. But that was even further before. But now they're closer together, which means you're going to be doing more damage. That's a slight little buff to the Mastiff in the group of all these nerfs. In the group of all these nerfs to the Mastiff, obviously because it was a gold weapon before. There's more of them. Increased blast rate scale ADS multiplier from 0.5 to 0.55. So that essentially means that when you aim down sights, it'll be more spread apart instead. Because when you aim down sights with the Mastiff before, almost all the shots, no matter if they were if the last two were very far away from each other, they would almost always hit the person. So now, when you're aiming down sights, the ones on the left and right should be a slight bit further away. So you should be doing a little bit less damage than if you were to aim down sights before. As well, these are just extra little things. I'm going to brush through these. Reduce fire rate from 1.3 to 1. So let's try and use it. Yeah, I can tell the difference. I don't really use the Mastiff that much, but it does. That seems like the correct fire rate, honestly, if you look at it. You put the weapon down. Yeah, it seems like the correct fire rate. It seems pretty good. And reduce the projectile size to be more in line with the other regular shotguns. Yep, so that's pretty good as well. Increase shell count from 4 to 6. Didn't even notice that initially. So yeah, there's more shells in it as well. This is going to be the new Peacekeeper, essentially, the Mastiff. Increase projectile speed to standardized shotgun speed as well. So that's pretty good. And the Peacekeeper is being rotated out of a regular weapon and into the care package weapon, with its power being increased accordingly. So only a little bit. It only says accordingly because the Peacekeeper was really good to start with. So, I don't know what the hell that was. Tightened pellet spread pattern. So obviously, the Peacekeeper. Oh, it actually has the precision choke on it. Does that mean that the triple take has the precision choke still? Let's have a look. Let's see if the precision choke is still in the game. Skull piercer. Precision choke only says triple take then. Okay. That's a bit weird. The hollow only goes on one weapon, so that's cool. But something that you might notice is the skull piercer is back, and we'll go over that in a second. But Peacekeeper. So, tightened pellet spread pattern. So if we shoot it down here, you'll see that. Look how close they are, and without it, it's pretty close as well. So it's slightly tighter together. Reduce chamber time from 1.2 to 0.9. So let's see how fast it shoots. That's too fast. Oh my god, that's gonna be insane. So now when you hear a Peacekeeper, you know that the person has a gold weapon. So the Peacekeeper is almost removed from the game, essentially, because you're never going to see it in normal play. You're just not going to see it in normal play. Now it's a gold weapon, which I love. I absolutely love that, because I didn't use a Peacekeeper that much personally, but when people did use it, they used to kill it so quick. And now that the Peacekeeper is not only getting a buff, but is now a part of the gold weapons, when you hear this weapon, you're going to have to kill that person. So I like it. It's good. I like it. It's good. Reduce reload times from 2.65 to 2.45 base and 3.6 to 3.35 empty. So if you're just reloading the gun normally, I know about this before, it doesn't take as long as if you had no weapon, no ammo in the clip. See, when I have no ammo in the clip, it's slightly longer because you have that extra little thing at the bottom that you have to pull. So when you're reloading the entire clip, you have to have a little bit extra time to actually reload it. But when you're just reloading it, when you have only shot a couple bullets out the clip, it's a little bit faster. But the actual buff for both of them, they've been increased because it's a gold weapon now. And the last one for the Peacekeeper, increase projectile size to improve consistency at close range. So increased projectile size. The Mastiff got decreased. So essentially, Peacekeeper and Mastiff has been totally swapped, which is pretty good. Alternator, increased mag size from 16 to 19. Level 1 extended mag is 22, level 2 is 25, and level 3 is 27. So Alternator seems to be a really good weapon now. Let's try it out, because I've always wanted to use the Alternator. It seems really accurate, but I mean the Honor 9's always, yeah, that was really good. They have it 19. Holy shit. Yeah, the only seems really good now. Really accurate at long range. Yeah, look at that accuracy. I'm not even pulling that much down on the stick either. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then that's without any clips as well. So let's put some attachments on. Yeah, all of them are actually using in a lot of fights now. So let's use this. I'll use my normal 2-turn sight. Oh my god, are you serious? That's insane. I might use this in game from now on. From long range, obviously you're not going to be doing that much damage, like all weapons in the SMG class. But that is pretty good. Alternator is now an actual weapon that you can probably use. That's insane. RE-45, increased damage from 11 to 12. Obviously not that much, but my least favourite weapon is starting to get... It's alright. I missed a lot of stuff there. There we go. I killed him in one full mag. Keep in mind this is with buffed out attachments as well. And then you can obviously... Oh yeah, it doesn't have any hop up, does it? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, it's pretty good. We reduced reload time from 1.74 to 1.5 base and 2.12 to 1.95 empty. So yeah, that was another really annoying thing with this weapon, is that it reloaded too fucking slow. And now you reload it, it's so quick now. It's great. This is also a possible weapon that people could use as well. I'm getting annoyed now because the P20 is really good as well, and it's just the Mozambique that's like the worst weapon in the game now. This weapon used to be the worst, now it's not. Oh well. Havoc. So this is a big nerf. Vertical recoil increased, horizontal recoil slightly increased, and recoil in the first 2 shots increased. Recoil increased for this weapon. Let's test it out. I thought that they really wanted to just like play like energy weapons, but let's see. Yeah, I can tell that immediately. Yeah. So the first 2 shots are, you can see, really putting the weapon up there for I mean, it's not really that much of a nerf, really, honestly. Yeah. I mean, let's try out longer range, like over here. Yeah, I see why they've done that. So yeah, it puts it back to where it was, essentially, with before. But it still is pretty good, because they want us to use energy weapons, you know? And obviously now we certainly are. Look at that. Before you could be able to hit this person over here. Yeah, so this kind of makes it so the devotion is way, way better. Because if I look at this range, I think you can probably kill this person. Maybe. Yeah, you have a better shot at killing the person at that range with the devotion than with the Havoc. Because of the recoil now with the Havoc. So that is pretty good. I'm Loba right now. I forgot about that. I can see loot through walls. Yay. So it only says walls as well. You can see loot anywhere, by the way. It's not just through walls. Longbow headshot scale reduced from 2.15 to 2.1, and the Wingman headshot skill reduced from 2.1 to 2.0. So that is just because obviously the 𝗙𝗂𝗁𝗃 has been included, and at which the 𝗙𝗂𝗁𝗃 makes the Wingman where is it? Oh yeah, the longbow, it goes from the 2.1 normally, now that it is, to 2.5, and the Wingman, it goes from 2.0 headshot scale to 2.25. So if we look at the Wingman now, real quick, let's see how much damage. I believe it's done like 90 or something. I don't really use the Wingman that much, but we'll have the 𝗙𝗂𝗁𝗃 on it. Let's see how much damage it does. Well, that one's not going to be a good example, is it? How much it does? 101. The Wingman's too good, man. The Wingman's too good. We need to nerf it more. Yeah, Wingman is still pretty good. Two shots, and you can kill someone. 101. That's insane. Now let's try the longbow, which I believe is, yep, right here. Let's try it with the skill piercer. I can't remember how much it's done, but once I see the number, I'll probably understand how much has been increased by. I believe it was I think it was 118 before, or something like that. So that's 138 now. That puts it pretty high up there now. So that's annoying that that's that high. So them weapons are gonna once again dominate the game. The longbow and the wingman. I guess G7 is gonna be kind of like low down again, which is annoying. That's the thing though with the longbow, like 138 if you get them in the head. That's too much damage. I mean, fair enough it's a sniper rifle, but that's too much. That's too much. They vaulted the Anvil receiver, so the Anvil receiver is no longer in the game. Very much needed, honestly, because, I mean, the Arthur 1 and the flatline, it does 45 or 41 damage or something in the head. I mean, in the base, like, in the normal areas. In the head and way more than that as well. It was kind of taking the G7's ability, which I do not like, the fact that they're doing that. Which, by the way, the G7 has had no nerfs or nothing. It is exactly the same as what it was before. So, I appreciate that. But essentially, they're taking away them abilities from the Arthur 1 and Flatline so that they don't have them capabilities of essentially being like a better G7. Because that'll just be a bit unfair, honestly.